The story begins with a van carrying 9 people to a village for a project. They aim to build a mall in the village to make it successful. The project leader, an old woman, is accompanied by her assistant, Lina, the main character. Lina recently returned from a sick leave. In the team, there's also Lina's friend and other workers. Upon reaching the village, the deserted area makes some doubt the project's success. However, the project head and her partner Jonas remain optimistic. The group heads to a hotel where they are welcomed by the manager, chef, a worker, and a tour guide. The hotel owner assigns rooms and forms teams. After a brief rest, they discuss the project. In the kitchen, the chef faces a gas shortage, and on his way to refill, his car breaks down due to a punctured tire from a wooden stick. While inspecting, he discovers a trap net and hears strange sounds from the forest. Suddenly, someone attacks him with a hammer, rendering him unconscious. Meanwhile, back at the hotel, the group plans the mall project, discussing advertising and attracting people to the village. They consider selling land around the mall at affordable prices. The hotel owner, facing a delayed chef return, provides limited food. Jonas shares his discussions with locals about selling land. After their discussion, the group gathers again to talk about the project. Lina notices that part of the land where they're building the mall belongs to a farmer who wasn't compensated. Lina thinks it's not right and suggests giving money to the farmer. Jonas insists they've already discussed it, and Lina has signed papers agreeing to the plan. Lina denies signing anything, making Jonas angry, accusing her of forgetting things. Meanwhile, the hotel worker relaxes outside with a drink when suddenly, someone stabs him with a sword, leaving him severely injured. The masked killer then crushes his head with a stone. Jonas later appears in different attire and a mask, trying to lighten the mood, but no one pays attention. Frustrated, he yells at everyone, feeling upset. The project head tries to uplift Jonas's spirits, promising they'll start building the mall the next day. Jonas is delighted. Outside, Lina confides in her friend, claiming she never signed any documents. Her friend suggests Jonas is doing something wrong and reveals the farmer committed suicide after they took his land. This shocks Lina, as she was unaware of the farmer's tragic fate. Later, the tour guide collects everyone's phones and leads them to the forest, claiming it brings peace. She keeps the phones in a box, and Jonas, wearing a mask and suit, joins them. In the forest, the guide engages them in various activities for enjoyment, leaving the hotel owner alone. After the killer took out everyone's phones and wore Jonas's mask, he broke the Wi-Fi device, causing concern for the hotel owner. The killer entered, and the owner, spotting him, hurried to the kitchen, grabbed a knife, and threw it at him. The clever killer skillfully stopped the attack and countered by throwing a pan, causing the owner to fall and die instantly. Meanwhile, the tour guide encouraged Lina to slide down a rope in the jungle. Jonas, however, teased Lina, claiming she couldn't do it due to her recent sick leave and being a girl. Upset, Lina discovered Jonas had fraudulently used her signature to pay the farmer less for his land. Depressed, she copied the evidence onto a pen drive. As everyone returned from the jungle and found their phone box missing, their mood soured. Unaware of the killer's actions, they started partying. Lina and her friends, however, discovered Jonas's deceit. It turned out a company had offered Jonas a high-ranking job in Dubai if he started building a mall in the village. The tour guide searched for the hotel owner and, upon finding her dead in the fridge, encountered the killer. Frightened, she ran, but the killer struck her with a hammer multiple times, resulting in a painful death. Blood is everywhere. Lina, now aware of Jonas's deceit, confronts him. Jonas suggests talking in private, where he tries to convince Lina to stay quiet by promising her a good job in Dubai. Lina, holding evidence on a pen drive, leaves without saying more. The killer, wearing a Jonas mask, attacks an old worker who mistakes him for Johannes. The worker is cut and thrown into the water, meeting a painful end. The project head, coming out for food, falls victim to the killer. Tied to a pole, she screams in agony. Others, witnessing this, get scared and run away instead of helping. Jonas, running into an iron wire trap set by the killer, suffers a severe head injury but manages to reach the pond's bank. Lina and Jonas escape on a boat, where Jonas asks for the incriminating pen drive. However, he kicks Lina into the water, causing the boat to break in too. Back at the hotel, the killer attacks Lina's friend, grabbing her hair. However, she cuts her hair and escapes. Jonas returns, and the old worker suggests the killer might be a former colleague seeking revenge. Realizing he might be the target, Jonas flees on a bike, leaving the old woman behind. While the old lady was away, the masked killer appeared, and she, thinking he was her friend, spoke with him. She mentioned how she had tried to prevent him from being fired but failed. When she removed his mask, she realized he wasn't her friend and got scared. Before she could react, the killer attacked her with a lawnmower, causing her death. The killer had set traps, and as Jonas rode his bike, a wire punctured the tire, leading to a bad accident. Jonas fell into the pond. The remaining people gathered in a cabin, joined by Lina. They discovered a newspaper near the hotel owner's body, stating they neither fought nor killed without reason. The article mentioned the farmer's death and his son seeking revenge for the taken land. Now aware that the killer is the farmer's son, seeking revenge, they began planning to confront him. Armed, they moved through the forest to escape, but upon spotting the killer, they rushed towards him. In the process, they got separated. While running in pairs, Lina's friend got caught in a trap, her leg stuck. The killer approached, but she quickly freed her leg and struck the killer's eyes with a rod. Writhing in pain, the killer fell. Lina's friend, seizing the opportunity, stood up and both started sliding down the rope to the other side. As Lina and her friend reached the middle of the rope, they spotted a trap set by the killer on the other side. Knowing they could be in danger, Lina's friend sacrificed himself to save Lina. Meanwhile, the killer confronted the two remaining workers. The older worker, near the door, had his ear cut off with a chainsaw. The killer then attempted to drill into the old worker's eyes, but was thwarted when the worker sprayed gas on the killer's mask, causing a fire. Although the mask protected the killer's face, he extinguished the fire in nearby water. Armed with a chicken-shaped rod, the killer approached the old workers. Lina's friend returned and attacked the killer's head with a shovel, separating it from the body. The killer's game came to an end. Jonas, who had fallen into the water earlier, emerged and encountered Lina. He attacked her to prevent her from revealing the truth about the mall project. In a fit of anger, Lina grabbed Jonas's already injured head, pulling it off and exposing his brain. Jonas met a gruesome death. By morning, the police and rescue team arrived to save the remaining 4 people. They were saddened by the painful deaths caused by greed for land, solely driven by Jonas. The film's story concluded with this tragic outcome.